So the urban female musical landscape has been quiet. Instead of dropping hits, these girls are just showing off various jewels and bangles. So I wanted to take it upon myself to discuss Beyonce's Fallen Angels. Let's discuss. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Beasley here. I hope you all are staying cool, calm, and collected out there. So, if you guys are new to my channel, I wanted to go ahead and thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for supporting my dusty channel. And if you guys are new to my channel and not true to my channel, one thing I like to talk about is music, especially on the female side of things, because they really just give musical things. Whether you guys want to admit it or not, females are the ones keeping the block hot. But I will say, for the most part, we're in a weird space when it comes to music. Now, me personally, I feel like women are really taking over the whole entire musical industry, but at the same time, they've been weirdly quiet. Like the female rappers, the female singers, all of them have been weirdly quiet. But you know, we always talk about the female rappers because they're at the forefront. But I wanted to go ahead and discuss the singing girls, the girls that sing and dance, because those are the girls that I truly go up for. And like I said, almost every female artist I feel like has retreated to their castle and is either cooking in the lab or plotting their next move or plotting if they want to drop certain projects. But I am kind of worried about where female like R&B / pop, like female like musical girls that sing and dance, where they are headed, because the three girls that are really holding that spot are Chloe and Halle and Normani. Y'all, Chloe, Halle, and Normani I like to call Beyonce's angels, but now I call them Beyonce's fallen angels, because when it comes to music, I feel like all three of them are really distracted right now and are also falling off of their careers. All three of them are distracted by their relationship, baby daddy drama, and walking straight into red flags. And you know, at the end of the day, all three of these girls are young. They're going through trials and tribulations, especially like on a screen, like showcased to the masses. Like we're all watching all of their relationships in real time. That is not easy, but at the same time, I feel like these relationships that they're in, that they're going through, are distracting them from the main goal. I first want to focus on the main girl that I go up for, which is Miss Normani Chloe. Now, Normani Chloe, I thought you weren't here to play, but you were playing around. Bring that ass over here, girl. Before I go all the way in, I want to congratulate her for the fact that she got her debut album out. Now, I don't know why she had to go through so many hurdles to get this album out. A lot of it had to do with her putting her career on the back burner to tend to her sick parents, which I understand. But it just felt like the people that she's under, RCA and probably her management, didn't make it easy for her to put this album out. Y'all, to this day, I still cannot get over the immense disappointment I had in the whole entire rollout of the Dopamine album. Dopamine was her debut album. It was a good album. I think I gave it like a 7 or a 6 out of 10. I loved a few songs, especially Tantrums. That's my favorite song on the whole album. But like I said in my review of that album, it dropped and then it just dropped. And the main reason why it didn't drop was because she did last minute interviews. I'm glad that she did the interviews, but the interviews came after the album, not in the promotion lead up to the album. She had no performances whatsoever, no live performances, no like Saturday Night Live appearances. Like she didn't go to the BET Awards, which to this day, throughout her whole entire career, she has not been seen at the BET Awards. Now, before y'all get in the comments and clown the BET Awards used to be the place to be to see new and up-and-coming black talent and really showcasing them and really like blasting them to the masses, because once you get on with the black people, that's when you get really put on in the whole entire industry. And I feel like it was a huge disservice to never have this girl perform on a BET stage. And lastly, overall, like I said, overall the promotion was trash. It was mediocre. It was not good. I could tell she tried to do a few things, but it just wasn't enough. And baby, I forgot to mention my biggest gripe with the whole entire Dopamine album rollout was the sheer fact that she had visuals filmed, but we did not get to see the visuals. I remember in her interview with the Terrell Show, shout out to the Terrell Show, doing amazing things on YouTube, but in that interview, she told him that she legit had the music videos on her phone. All she had to do was upload them. So why were they never uploaded? Like, why would her record label, because I think that's the main reason she didn't upload her music videos. You guys spent money on these music videos. Why can't they showcase them to the masses? Like, what is stopping her from letting us see the visuals?
Speaking of music videos, where's the next one? On my phone.
Oh, is it now?
Yes.
Oh, is it now?
It's on my phone.
That does nothing for us.
It's gonna be out real soon.
Of what song?
Candy Paint.
The what?
Candy Paint. Is this a segue?
Might be candy.
I'm gonna switch it up. It's like candy, candy.
I don't want that shit.
RCA really tried to pull a "you are the visuals" on that ass, and it's like, nah, bitch, let us see the visuals. And honestly, y'all, with all the hurdles she had to go through to put out content and put out this album, I can honestly see and understand why she's mainly just focusing on her socialite and acting bag. We gotta keep it real. Being a socialite and doing acting, it's fun and it's easy. It's easier than navigating the music industry. She gets a cute bag from appearing at fashion shows and doing brand deals and collabs, and also she's about to be in a movie called Freaky Tales. I think it comes out next month, April 4th. Be on the lookout. But it's so much easier to get a bag from social media and also to get a bag from acting, which is probably just like a 3-month or more commitment. So it's like, okay, I'm not making money this way, so let me go pivot over into my Instagram model socialite bag to get a quick buck and stay afloat. It just sucks because I just feel like Normani made a huge misstep in her solo career signing with RCA. Like, it looked good in the beginning, but I remember when she signed, there were so many artists complaining about RCA, and there were like artists trying to get out of their deals with RCA during the time she signed with RCA. So I just really feel like she just ran into the red flag of RCA, and now that's where her music career is. Her music career is just not where it could be. And fast forward today, Normani got engaged. She got engaged to a football player by the name of DK Metcalf. I think that's how you say his name. This is all off the top of the dome. But she got engaged to a football player. She found her Russell Wilson. And actually, Sierra and Russell Wilson helped those two come together. So it looks like a match made in heaven to me. They're a beautiful chocolate couple. Congratulations, Normani. But my biggest fear with Normani is that when it comes to her career in music, she's just saying fuck it. Honestly, it's literally the Rihanna effect. If you're getting money from brand deals and acting, and now you got a football player that I think just signed like a really, really good contract, and basically you could just kind of coast by and become a wag, I just feel like she's going to sacrifice the musical bag. My biggest fear with Normani is that she's going to put music on the back burner, but when it comes to the music industry of today, I kind of don't really blame her, and I'm going to get into that later. I now want to shift the focus to Beyonce's other son by the name of Chloe Bailey. Now, when it comes to Chloe Bailey, I truly feel like she is the embodiment of what that girl today needs to be. But however, there were huge missteps with her image and her overall solo career and presence. We gotta keep it real. I called this out from the very beginning, especially when that Booty So Big song came out, which just completely misrepresented her and her image. Y'all, they rushed her solo career. They rushed it because Halle was getting that Disney check, that she was about to become a Disney princess, and she was going to be pushed out to the masses. And if they didn't push Chloe out to be a solo star, she would have just been sitting on the bench. But I feel like they did not have a clear plan for her brand, her image, and what she is going to represent as a solo star. It's like they pushed her out there just so she could just play catch up to her sister and beat her to the chase before she's blasted to the masses when Ariel comes out. And y'all, the rushed hastiness of her career literally completely led her astray, especially with the fact that she was trying to chase that Zeus Network audience and also emulate city girl culture, and she ended up putting out music that didn't serve anybody. I've said this many a times in the past, Chloe and Halle may not have gotten gas, but one thing that they did was they made music that actually had substance and was made for her audience, which had sense. But Chloe went ahead and became solo, and she started trying to chase an audience that is just like ratchet, uncouth, that whole sexy red, booty hole brown audience, and it ended up serving nobody because nobody wanted music from her. The sexy red, booty hole brown Zeus Network audience didn't want that music from her, and then the audience that she cultivated with Chloe and Halle were looking at her like, what the fuck is this? Y'all, we keep it real. Chloe Bailey was already naturally sexy. Like, even during Chloe and Halle, like, we saw her, like, low-key trying to twerk on stage. It's like we knew she had it in her all this time fine, but when she came out the gate with the solo career, it was just too much. Y'all, I would never forget when I first saw that Treat Me music video, like, or when she was like twerking on a chair, wearing fishnets and a thong. I was just like, Y'all, I truly hate that they put her out there like that with her image. And her image was so vulgar to a point where her parents were turned off of it. And I think her parents even kind of like cut her off. Like, she admitted that her relationship with her parents is not strong as it used to be. And I definitely think it's because of the way that she was put out to the masses. Y'all, it was cringy. Like, her solo career made me cringe. And it's sad because her first solo career, despite her efforts, it just completely flopped. It flopped. I mean, granted, there were people that loved her music and all that. It wasn't bad music. It just wasn't music that I wanted from her. But I will say that after her solo career just went down the damn gutter, Parkwood completely gave up on her. Y'all, she put out a second album last year with no promotion. Like, no promotion at all. Like, I didn't even know that she put out a second album until maybe 3 weeks later, and only because a friend had to tell me. And I was just like, what? And it was sad because literally like the day after I tried to listen to it, I never finished it. But after I tried to listen to it, she went on live and talked about how basically there was no budget for her to perform anywhere. Like, they just completely pulled the budget out of her solo endeavors.
Someone said, why haven't you been performing? Trust me, I would be performing if I could. The thing is that money goes into performances. So it's not free to do performances, and you have to get budgets approved and things like that. So if I could, I'd be performing everywhere.
When I look at Chloe Bailey, she has all the potential in the world to be a solo star and a huge star. Like, Chloe could really be that girl. But due to like the way things played out with her solo run, I really feel like she just completely lost faith in music altogether. Like, when I look at her, at one point I could tell she was truly depressed. But one thing that she used as a distraction was this random ass relationship with Burna Boy. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, when I first saw this like relationship, when I saw pictures of her and Burna Boy down in Lagos in Nigeria or whatever, I thought it was just PR. I thought it was a PR relationship to get her like back out to the masses, and them two were gonna put out music together. I was completely wrong. When I tell y'all, she fell head over heels for that man. Head over heels for that vibranium dick. But in true Nigerian fashion, what did he do? He played her. He played her because he has like a whole entire roster. And she dodged a bullet, honestly, y'all. I don't see it for Burna Boy, because that man literally came over here and made a career off of making mediocre Afro beats music, sampling our R&B hits. Off topic, but I always wonder, like, people like him and also like Tory Lanez, when they sample like past R&B hits, like, how do y'all make money off of that shit? Also, double off topic, because my name is Beasley and I have ADHD. I noticed that there is a weird trend of Black American women going over to Nigeria to colonize for vibranium. It's like they're now going over there because, you know, the money is not moneying anymore, and these Nigerian men are a trick. You know, they go over there, they get that vibranium dick, they get money rolls, cars and clothes, and Nigerian men are very materialistic, so they're going to like trick off and get that girl decked out in the finest jewels and designer bags. All of it came from scamming on top of that. Like, it's just very like overly materialistic over there, and if you want to get tricked off, just get you like a nice BBL and go over there and you won't catch hell. Like, I seriously find it so funny that a lot of y'all back in the day called these Africans African booty scratchers, but now y'all are going to Africa to get that booty scratched. But anyways, I went on a whole tangent. That's one thing we do over here. We go on fucking tangents. But back to Chloe, like I said, she is depressed. Like, one thing that depresses an artist is them not having control of their careers, especially not being able to make money off of their careers and their creativity. Because for one thing, her solo project didn't do well, and then on top of that, Chloe and Halle signed in my opinion, a bad deal to Parkwood, which allegedly was $1 million for 6 albums. Now, I don't know if that counts their solo projects, but $1 million for 6 albums. Coupled with the fact that Chloe admitted herself, even though she's good at being like a sound engineer and a producer, she can't make money as a producer on the side.
Musicians don't make a lot of money in the music industry. That's why you see a lot of people, they have brand deals and brand sponsorships. That's where the coin comes from in touring. But like music itself, you're actually losing money. I learned this because I would produce Sis and I's records. Producers outside will get paid a huge lump sum, but because I would produce Sis and I's records, I couldn't get paid because I was the producer within the group. I don't know if it changed within Grammys, but you know, like how they have Producer of the Year. I learned it from Imogene Heap because, you know, she produces a lot of her stuff. So does Grimes, so does Bjork. They couldn't be contenders for Producer of the Year because they were the ones producing their own bodies of work and not for others. And notice how those are just the women I named.
But overall, y'all, I hope Chloe gets it together, and I hope she doesn't give up, because one trend with her and Normani, it's like they're right there, but for some reason, it's like the powers that be and other forces are just keeping them from getting to where they need to be. I now want to shift the focus to Halle Bailey. Now, Halle, I don't really consider her Beyonce's son. I kind of feel like she's like in a lane of her own. She's a very unique individual, and one thing that gets over in the industry is unique individuals, but for some reason, just like her sister and Normani, she just can't get to where she needs to be on good footing. Coupled with the fact that she had that Disney boost. I really thought after she played Ariel, I thought that was going to catapult her into just like stardom and success, but due to a certain baby daddy, all that success just came to a halt. Y'all, Halle to me was about to be up out of here, like in a good way, like just catapult out this atmosphere. But that dread-headed nigga by the name of DVD, in my opinion, thwarted all of that momentum. Y'all, one thing that I've noticed lately, there is a trend of men, like, let's say like the men are successful, but their women are more successful, which then makes the man jealous. DVD was jealous of Halle's success. And the crazy thing is, at that time, when she was going through the whole entire Disney process, them two weren't even like together that long like that. And then even on top of that, I think low-key in the past, DVD was paying Halle dust. Like, Halle wanted to get with DVD, but he was kind of just like, I'm gonna go over here and play with Ruby. It's crazy how men want a wholesome girl, but then they go over and back to the thought because it's fun and it's easy. But then they're like, oh, I want a wholesome girl. Like, they literally can't decide and they want their cake and eat it too. And that's what happened in the beginning. He played Halle to the left and low-key was playing in her face, but she didn't care. She didn't care because that was her man, her man, her man. And to her credit, she's young and you can get blinded by good dick. Like, you can get blinded by good dick. Like, I just be walking into the punches. Like, there is dick that good that could literally just fuck up all of your judgment and all of your intuition. And good dick can also fuck up your ambition. And that dick has been so good, allegedly, to a point where Halle kind of like got thrown off her throne just a little bit. But the key indicators that DVD was jealous of Halle was the sheer fact that during that Disney Princess rollout, for one, he tried to like thwart her momentum by talking about their sex life publicly. And then with the sheer fact that he got her pregnant during the rollout of that film. Now, it was always alleged, but when I saw her in this beautiful mermaid dress, like on the red carpet for the premiere of the Ariel movie, I looked at her and I was just like, girl, you're pregnant. And I believe she was pregnant the whole entire time. And she was pregnant the whole entire time and proceeded to gaslight us like we were making fun of her African features when we noticed her nose spread. Like, she was doing the whole most, and it literally kind of put a bad taste in everybody's mouth. When she got with Digimon, I knew for a fact that he was going to tarnish her brand. But at the same time, you guys, after observing those two together, I noticed that Halle has a little bit of a bird tendency within her. Like, I knew there was something up when those two went on a double date with Krishan Rock and Blueface. And I was just like, The crazy thing is, though, during the Disney rollout and after the Disney rollout, she also launched solo music as well. Very good solo music. But however, it all got overshadowed due to the issues with Digimon and also later on the baby daddy drama. The biggest indicator of this was even recently, there was this girl that put Digimon on blast because he was trying to return a Bottega jacket that was over $6,000.
I want to do a story time on a very famous rapper who tried to ruin my career and ruin my life. I worked at a department store, men's designer specifically, and I was commission based. I was working one day when a man approached me asking for help picking out a jacket for his music video. He was very nice. We ended up picking him a green Bottega jacket, most beautiful jacket I've ever seen. It was about $6,000. He bought it, he left. My coworker came up to me and was like, do you know who that is? I said no. They showed me his Instagram and I ended up following him. He had a lot of followers. I'm like, this is gonna be cool. He's shooting a music video on this. I would love to see that. It's great. So he ends up shooting the video. The jacket looked amazing. The video was cool, good song, good energy. Yeah, awesome. Well, not awesome. A week later, I see him walk in with his girlfriend, baby mama now. She was starring in a very big, well-known Disney movie at the time, so she was very popular at this time. Well, they wanted to return the jacket. I had to tell them, no, you cannot do that. It was not fun. We ended up going back and forth over this, and I had to tell him 3 reasons I could not return this jacket. The first reason was it was smelling like cologne, very strong cologne scent. The second reason, it smelled a lot like smoke, and neither of these reasons were good enough for either of them. They were going back and forth. I told him that it's worn. The third reason, it was worn. He looked at me and he said, you cannot prove that. And I said, actually, I can. And I pulled out my phone, pulled out the video, and I said, this you? He was speechless. He was speechless, and his girlfriend did not like that. She said, this is extremely unprofessional. This is something that you do to all of your clients. Like, just very, very livid. And I explained to her, you guys are public figures, very well known. He told me he was shooting a music video. This is a public video posted on YouTube. Yes, I saw it. Yes, I pulled it up because I am commission based. I know it was worn. I cannot take back this jacket. It is a $6,000 jacket. It is against our return policy. I am not able to accept this. I could get in trouble. I'm very sorry. Explained it to her many times, explained it to him. It was just getting very heated. It created a scene. 3 of my coworkers started coming, trying to defend me. It was not going down. It was getting worse and worse. They ended up leaving. My manager said no, he had my back. They went to different departments, tried to return it. It was denied all over the store. They ended up winning. It sucks, but they went to a different location and returned it.
Now, me personally, I think this girl worked at Saks because I used to work at Saks, and this story that she told about the return just gave Saks. Because when I worked there, you guys, we would have people like buy some designer shit and try to return it after the weekend after they wore the shit. And if that return hits you as an employee, you literally have to work your way out of the hole. Like, you have to work your way out of the negatives. It literally takes away from your goal. But like the scammers do, they will go to another department to try to return the jacket or the merchandise, or they will go to a whole nother store and try to return the merchandise. Like, people be scamming in these designer stores, you guys. Like, I've seen countless stories of people buying high-end designer shit, wearing it to the club, and returning it on Monday. And I hate to make it racial, but it's always us. But he put her on blast. He didn't want to take accountability and basically called her racist and riled up his whole entire base to go against her. And I think Halle actually chimed in as well. But it backfired on his ass, and people were coming with him. He was getting a lot of backlash. So what did he do to divert the attention away from that backlash? He went ahead and cried and put the blame on Halle with the fact that she's not letting him see their son. He uses his son as a streaming accessory, and he uses his issues and baby mama drama with Halle as negative or positive publicity. I see what you're doing. You ain't slick. But it all goes to the sheer fact that Digimon literally has brought her brand almost down to the damn gutter, you guys. Now, she's playing quiet. I don't know what she's cooking up, but I can tell that she's trying to just reel herself back in before she crashes out in public, which I don't blame her, because I just hate that a man has literally taken away from her shine, from her light, from her stardom. And I hate to say this because I love love and I love to see people in love. But every single one of these girls' relationships is literally taking them away from their careers. Now for me, my surface level advice to Chloe, Halle, and Normani is, for one, Chloe and Halle, y'all need to get back together. Y'all need to get back together. Y'all need to... I just feel like Ungodly Hour, which I hate that fucking name for that album, but Ungodly Hour was a great album, and I felt like those two really came into their own, and they were split up a little too soon. So I feel like they need to get back together and make more music together and build upon what Ungodly Hour laid down, like the foundation that it laid down. Build upon that foundation and strengthen you guys as presence so you guys can successfully branch off and do your own solo projects. And what Normani's simply, like, on the surface, Normani needs to believe in herself. And I personally feel like she needs to leave RCA, but if she's going to stay, she needs to learn that if these bitches ain't gonna do for me, I need to do for myself. And she tried. She did. She tried, but I just feel like she's there and she needs to try harder. But y'all, me personally, I have to shift the focus back to Beyonce and Parkwood and Beyonce's camp. Because I can't ignore the elephant in the room. Because, like, you see how these girls are so close to getting to somewhere, to like at least 1/10 of what Beyonce has cultivated as a solo star. Why is it that all three of these women just can't make it that far? All three of them have the vocal ability, the dancing ability, the talent, the stage presence, all the recipes to really make it in the music industry. But why is it that all three of them collectively are held back? Now, y'all, I may be completely wrong when I say this, but my intuition has always been telling me that either Beyonce or somebody in Beyonce's camp is pulling strings to really keep Normani and Chloe from really popping. Now, y'all, I'm gonna go off topic, but I'm gonna bring it back home. Look at Nicki Minaj, for example. Now, Nicki Minaj, for a very long time, for almost 10 years, was able to keep that female rap lane on lock. Like, nobody was really competing with her like that. For one, she came in, female rap was in the damn gutter when she really came onto the scene. Like, she had to pull that shit out of the damn gutter. Now, she may have had competition here and there, like Iggy Azalea, Azalea Banks, Dej Loaf, and to an extent, Lil Mama. But for the most part, none of them could hold a candle to her presence and how she was doing the damn thing. Nicki didn't have major competition until about like when Cardi B came around. And that's when the industry turned on her, because she made female rap profitable. And I think it was Azalea Banks if somebody said this, but the record execs wanted a piece of that female rap pie, but they just weren't able to get it because she had that game on lock so tough. So in walks Cardi B, and after Cardi B was proven to be a success, especially after winning like the best rap album Grammy, in walks the City Girls, and then Lotto, and then who else? Doja Cat, then Dej Loaf made a resurgence, and then we spiraled into Sexy Red, Ice Spice, Big Lotto, you name it. Like, all the girls just came all the way out, and that's when all the competition came to display. All the sons were able to survive and thrive in the music space. But then we have Beyonce, who has had that female songstress, dancer, majorette type of lane on lock for the past, I want to say 20, almost 30 years now. Like that Tina Turner lane. She has had that on lock forever now. So she's proven that black female songstresses that sing and dance are profitable. But why is it that the likes of Normani and Chloe and Halle are always stuck at square one? Hell, you can even throw Victoria Monet in there as well, because she's in that lane too. She cute, she a little boring to me, honestly, but she's in that lane as well, and she's successful, but it's kind of like she's over there. But Normani and Chloe can really like come in that lane and hold it up. But like I said, they're always stuck at square one. I didn't throw Halle into that mix because Halle, honestly, in my opinion, is in her own lane. Shout out to you, girl. She just needs to get rid of that baby daddy drama. That shit is literally sinking her ship. Coupled with the fact that she's also enjoying her baby and enjoying her Disney money, so I hope she's cooking up something. But for the most part, you guys, like Chloe and Normani, I just, for the life of me, there is a deeper reason to why those two are always stuck at square one. At the end of the day, the realest reasons all of them are giving up on music is the sheer fact that, for one, the money is not moneying anymore. Like, music, I hate to say this, but on the outside looking in, it's like there's just no money in music. Two, they also put all their efforts into these creative projects that sadly don't go anywhere, which is soul crushing to a creative. Three, they don't have any creative control over their careers, which also is soul crushing to a creative. And y'all, the biggest reason that we all can't ignore is the sheer fact that these girls don't want to sell their souls. They want to stay whole, they want to stay true to themselves. Y'all, in the music industry, we gotta keep it real. In order to really get something and get somewhere, you gotta give something, if you get my drift. Not everybody had to go through that, but it just shows in common practice, like from what I see on the outside, that the people that are very, very up here, it's like they had to give something in order to get something. And then you have to really think about it. Did they really get something? Because a lot of the ones that gave something are still on their feet touring well into their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. But overall, you guys, I just truly... these are the girls that I love. These are the girls that I want to see succeed and really reach their peak, or at least get close to their peak. Like, I just feel like each and every one of them is just slowly giving up and losing track of their purpose, especially in the musical space. But at the end of the day, if they don't want to do the shit, who am I to tell them to do the shit? You know, like, I can't want more success than you want for yourself. And then I'm not in the music industry, so therefore I don't know the shit that you really have to go through behind the scenes to get somewhere. But at the end of the day, I'm going to continue to always root for all three of these women. I believe in them, and they can be nothing short of amazing. So let me know what you guys think about this long rambling ass video. I haven't talked about music for a while, and I just love talking about music and the musical girls. But let me know what you guys think. Those are my views. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to come back at you guys with some more content.
Time can't erase